Now, there are many truths and facts about the life that we live and the world that we live in. But one of my favorites is the fact that if you are not rising, you're falling. Or if you're basically, what I'm saying is you're either rising or falling in relation to life itself. Because we all have this idea that we want to be better, we want more from life, and so on. And if we're doing the work required to get there, then of course we'll be moving forward, we'll be achieving our goals, we'll be increasing our capacity to cope and so on. That might be in our body where we're getting fitter, leaner, stronger, healthier. Might be in business where we're getting more money, more leads, more freedom financially, and so on. But the catch is we have to be in this place, ideally, where we are perpetually trying to improve and to grow. Now, this fortunately doesn't mean that it has to be completely relentless. We can, of course, take time away. We can, of course, give ourselves time to reset, reflect, be grateful for what we've already achieved. But if we sit for too long, the unfortunate fact is life continues to grow beyond us. And so even though you might have grown or come a long way, you might have improved your body, you might now be feeling awesome within yourself, you're fit, you're healthy, you even look great, and you're happy with what you've got. That's awesome. You may be the same in your business. Maybe you've got a great income. Maybe you've got a good team behind you that helps you and keeps you moving forward, and you're making a great impact in the marketplace. But the catch is if you now just suddenly stop all of the actions that got you to these places, well, then unfortunately, because the rest of life continues to move on in relation to that, we are now actually falling, even though it's like, well, no, in my mind, I'm maintaining where I'm at. I'm not getting any worse. I'm just staying the same. But relative to the change in the acceleration in society and around us, we're actually moving backwards. So we have to make sure that we're willing to put ourselves in this place of perpetual forward motion. Yes, as I mentioned, we can take time to rest and reflect and so on. But then we have to be clear about, okay, well, I've grown so far and that's gotten me to this point, which is awesome. But then what tends to happen with this great place that we've gotten to is great becomes good, because this great place now becomes normal to us. And over time, what was once like, wow, fuck me, I can't believe I've achieved all these things in life, now suddenly becomes completely normal to us. It's the same experience day in, day out. And obviously good now becomes normal, and normal over time becomes boring. So we have to then go, okay, well, what do I now need to do to reset and recalibrate to move to my next level of expansion? What am I moving into next? What do I need to do next with my body in order to keep me healthy, keep me vibrant, and keep me vital? What do I need to do in my business? What do I need to do in my relationships? Because the same thing, of course, happens in relationships. We can have a great relationship, but if we're doing the same thing all the time, no matter how exciting it seems in the beginning, at some point, what tends to happen is, again, that becomes normal. And when that normality kicks in and sits with us for too long, then eventually we just get bored of it. And then we find that we end up wanting to either leave it because we are totally bored, or we want to burn it to the ground to create some form of excitement for us that seems like we're now living again. Because even though it's not the way we want to do it and we've done it in a negative fashion, it creates more of a stimulus to us, more excitement, and more of an emotional cascade, which makes us feel more alive. We're no longer in this sort of numb humdrum of doing the same old or experiencing the same old over and over again. So my advice, where possible, for my clients and so on when we're working, is we need to have a consistent goal. That doesn't mean we don't take the time to look back at how far we've come. We need to have that growth aspect of the mindset too, but we have to be in this willingness to perpetually move forward and expand ourselves as beings, so that we can grow into the different twists, turns, changes, adaptations that society and life around us makes. Take money, for example. Many of us will get to a certain point in our business or in our profession, and we're at this great income level and it's doing great. We've got this amazing lifestyle, but the catch is many of us forget the fact that year on year, the value of our money per pound actually decreases. Obviously, we've got inflation, we've got economic disruption and all these different things. And the amount that we can buy with our money gets less and less. So unless we're finding ways to overcome that and at least keep up with standard inflation and so on, we're going to be struggling. Sooner or later, we reach a point where we can't continue the life we have because the rest of life outside of us has grown beyond us. So even though we were doing the right things and staying the same, because life continued to grow and to move on, essentially, we were falling without even realizing. So my question for you guys tonight is, what do you need to do or what do you need to maybe change or tweak or adapt in your life so that you can continue to rise. Now, I recommend that you look back, look at things that are working well for you that maybe you're already rising right now, and look at where you can double down on those things. And then maybe in some areas you may actually be sliding or falling, and maybe those areas need a kick up the arse in order to get them moving in the same direction and bring them up to the level that you're at in other areas. Now, of course, we're coming to the end of 2023, and always at the end of the year is a great time to kind of reflect on what we've managed to achieve so far in the previous 12 months. There will be good things, there will be bad things, and so on. And it's not about beating yourself up in regards to the things that maybe aren't so great or that you didn't manage to achieve and so on. But it's kind of looking at, well, why didn't you achieve them? Maybe there was some significance in it. Maybe you weren't supposed to achieve them yet because for whatever reason, it wasn't your time for that particular thing to go. So rather than beat yourself up about it, maybe there are some lessons to be learned that can then help you continue to rise as you move into next year and, of course, beyond. So that's what I'll leave you guys with tonight. As always, as I always say to you guys, any questions, drop them in the comments below. And if not, I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Take it easy, people.